Guys, and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for something content for the predicted lineup ahead of our trip to Burnley on the weekend. It's a big game, a must win in my opinion, and we're saying that only 3 games into the new season. This is the 3rd game and we're already saying it's a must win, which is a big statement. But we saw last season that we won our 3rd game of the season after 2 defeats. Like, it was the 2nd away game as well. It's filling me with a little bit of hope, but of course a ground that we haven't won at in a very long time. However, we've talked about that in the preview. Liam did yesterday, so if you haven't checked that out, do make sure you have. But before we get into this one, do make sure you've hit the subscribe button with your notifications turned on, following us on our socials. A big shout out to Pitchball once again for sponsoring the video. Make sure you are downloading it. Right, let's get into the predicted lineup. There has been talk of a change in goal. Alex McCarthy hasn't made a good start to the season whatsoever, but I think it's harsh to be swapping the goalkeeper. I don't think Fraser Forster will be ready. I don't really think he'd make much of a difference, to be honest. Everyone's sort of making it out that he'd come back and be the Fraser Forster that kept 6 consecutive clean sheets. It's just not going to be the case. Yeah, we'll keep McCarthy in there. Then I think the back line's going to look pretty similar to how it has been, and it needs to change its attitude. The high line can't be working. Like, we need a different tactic. So Bertrand on the left, Walker-Peters on the right, and then Stevens and Bednarek in the middle. I think this one is probably a bit too early for Salisu. Some people have called for Vestergaard maybe to come in. I could definitely see it, which is crazy to be saying. But the way we've defended the first 2 league games, yeah, it might need to happen. Then midfield, I think again it's going to be bog standard. It's going to be Romeo and Ward-Prowse. Finally, we're being linked with midfielders, which is a good sign. So hopefully we might have a midfielder ahead of the West Brom game next weekend. If not, definitely around after that time. But Romeo just needs to have a better game. He was so poor against Spurs. We just need to show up a bit more in the midfield. We kept losing it, but also, we talk about the high line and how the defence was so poor, but to be fair, the midfield was getting cut open as well. So we need to see a much better performance in the middle of the park against Burnley. And then I think we're going to see Gineppo on the left once again. Redmond's going to be out for this one. And then hopefully we can see Armstrong once again on the right, because Gineppo and Armstrong are 2 bright sparks for me in what was a pretty poor second half performance. I thought all game they looked like they were going to create chances. They looked like they were going to do stuff for the team. And then up front, I think it's going to be Adams and Ings. Adams was so unlucky not to score on Sunday. Ings, 2 goals, he's up and running, he's looking sharp once again. It was a good performance against Tottenham in terms of the offense, but defensively so poor. So the tactic has to change. We have to keep the same formation but not be so high in defence, and then it's not going to be as suicidal. And then yeah, we've definitely got a chance of getting a good result. I don't know, it's a weird one. It's going to be interesting to see on the day how we turn up. But just to go over the team once again: McCarthy in goal, Bertrand at left back, Walker-Peters at right back, and then Stevens and Bednarek at centre back. In the midfield, Romeo and Ward-Prowse on the left, Gineppo on the right, Armstrong, and then up front Adams and Ings. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Let me know what your predicted lineup is down below. Who would you like to see start? Do you think Salisu could come in for this one, or do you still think it's too early? Let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed it though, leave it a like. Make sure you've subscribed, follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you soon for another video.